Hello, ladybugs and cockroaches. Merlin here. Justin Oldmann, listening to some K-pop. I have got to talk about StayC. I've been listening to them since they debuted, loving all their songs. I've watched the MVs, I've watched some stage shows, watched some variety stuff, but I haven't said anything about them. It's time that changed. I think that this group is awesome vocally. They're awesome personality-wise, and they're very awesome choreography wise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and keep it short. It's going to be a longish video. I'm going to talk through 6 dance practice videos and point out what I think is really cool about each of their main 6 numbers. Okay? So, let's go. I'm doing dance practices instead of the videos so that we can actually watch the movements. And I'm actually using the ones where you can hear all the foot stomping and everything. Now, to start out with this kind of cannon move stuff they do where they line up and they come out of that cannon position. Very cool. They do a lot of that. And they do it very well. Okay. Something I've noticed right away about them is this right here. Several of them will freeze while other people are still moving, and they move counter to each other all the time. Little explosion kind of motion. Lots of hand motion. Cool hand motion. Lots of swingy motions. They use their hair a lot when they're dancing, which I think is really cool. Something that I think it's not unique to them, but they do it really well, is they always focus. They focus very well on the singer. The dance ensemble frames them very well. They'll split apart. I love that. Explosion position again, kind of cool. Well, this is something that, watch what they're doing, the 3 in the middle. That slow motion, someone pointed that out in one of their reaction videos. And I looked back and I thought, yeah, that is awesome. They do a lot of slow movements. Very often you'll see that. And this. So they freeze off over there on the left. These two go off to the right. And they freeze. And now it's in the middle. They do their thing in the middle. A lot of this separation happens in their choreography. Slow motion again, and they kick into it. Awesome. This is a really good example of several of the aspects that I really like. The slow motion that they do, the separation of dancers into different units, and a lot of like freezing while the other people dance around them. I don't know who does their choreo, if it's the same person that does all of it. Let's move to ASAP. ASAP. This was the first song I actually watched by them. with that point dance, the punching, which is kind of cool. But it's got several of those same things I've already pointed out. That framing, which is a pretty common thing in K-pop, but they do it nicely, right? And they repeatedly framing the singer. Noticeably framing the singer. Something else you'll notice in this one, there's 6 members, and when you have an even number, it's hard to not hide the people behind. It's hard to not hide the dancers behind the front dancers. They're staggered. They do a lot of they put a lot of effort into not hiding the dancers. Sometimes you get them lined up perfectly. Very, very seldom. I like that move. I always have liked that move. Whoever does it. Now here they're hiding someone there, but no, they're not. Now watch when they're talking about when they talk about being a double, they're doubling. It's like they're mirroring each other, which is kind of it's appropriate. That's kind of a cool, tough move. And that snap, you notice when they snap with their hips. Snap, snap, which is, I don't know, visually it kind of works. I like the way that works. And she flips back up into position while she's singing. I like this hopping out to position. Stagger out while they're punching. And there's a snap with their hips. And in this song, they do a lot of that breaking apart into groups, sub-units, like they do in So Bad as well. Let's watch Slow Down. Slow motion. Staggered, so you can see all 6 of them. Slow sweeping motions that they do a lot of. Framing, she stood up while the others went down. 2 of them in one position, the other ones are moving. All of these things, they do them so consistently and well. Big cannon sweep, okay. Staggered, so you can see all 6 of them. She runs out because she's the focus now. Just so well tuned choreographically. Frozen, they're singing. I don't know what it is about the frozen position while others are moving. It's almost architectural, if that makes any sense. It's like some of the dancers they're not part of the background, they're part of the structure around the dance. I don't know how to explain it well, but that's what it feels like. It feels like they become structure for the other ones to dance within. See how that works? They create formations so elaborately. They move into formations. There's that slow movements. They move into formations, I don't know, sort of in an exciting way. I think it's visually appealing when they jump around. They do I like the transitions between formations. And of course, it's a dance practice with the speakers, so. But I like that. It gives you a good feeling of what actually is going on in the dance practice. So I like that better than like the ones where they've taken out the sound and just put the backing track over it. That was Slow Down. Let's look at Stereotype. That's cool, the way they slid into that format. And again, the two girls are framing them structurally. And that, you see what they did with their arms there? Such a cool sweep. It would be really hard to try and evaluate their synchronization because they're doing all of the moves. There's so many different moves going on. I think that's part of what makes them exciting, is that there's so many different moves. Synchronization is great, don't get me wrong. But this is very unique, in my opinion, because of the way it's not synchronized. The way it is, it's almost like in a band where you have different instruments doing different parts. That's the way they do their dancing. That's the way the choreography is set up for them. And it goes without saying, they're all very good dancers, right? I mean, I don't think I even have to say that. I like that. It's a syncopated. They're actually stamping their foot to a syncopated drum rhythm there, which is kind of cool. These girls did one thing as she was singing. She moves over there. Those girls do something else. Incidentally, I know their names, but I am thinking too quick to actually name the girls as I talk about them. No offense. No offense to them anyway. Okay. So, all right, so that's Stereotype. Run to You is next. slow motion. And then cannon moves down the row. Into slow, heavy motion. And while I've got a second, I should mention the production of the music is amazing, of course. I like the way they set the drums up. The drums always sound cool. It's a thing that I listen to. I like that move there. Kind of a cute, that little bit move is kind of a cute thing. And I wouldn't be the first one to mention how much I like Jay's voice. Did you see that transfer there of the part from one to the other? Very smooth, seamless. See all six because they're staggered. This is a great setup. That's a cool set of moves. A lot of syncopation in their foot moves there. They're hitting a lot of syncopation rather than just steady stuff. Another cool move, the shoulder move. I like the leg move. And I like that sort of glottal stopping they do when they're singing a lot. Just a thing I noticed. A couple of them do it more than others, but that choking, that stopping of the words is kind of cool. I like that in their songs. And the last one, Beautiful Monster, which is sort of what got me thinking that I wanted to talk about this, because so many of the moves in this really caught my attention. I think it's one of the best. This and then So Bad are really, those are the two dances that stand out the most for me. So here we go. There, that right off the bat. Those moves, all of those canon moves are so smooth and sweet. It's kind of cool. And in different groups they do it. 3 pairs. Framing the singer. That's slow move into a sharp move. Slow, heavy moves. I like the way they're those group formations. You see how she picked her up? I thought that was really cool. The transitions, another example of that. And then she's over here. She starts singing over here. The transition from one to the other. It's got everything in it that all of the other songs do. Freezing in position and others moving around them. Now, I, of course, missed all sorts of things that I wanted to talk about, but I had to, I don't know, I had to just compliment their work, okay? Uh, these girls are awesome performers. They dance, they coordinate the choreography so incredibly well, and the choreo is so wonderfully constructed. Okay, it's got many facets to it that I think are really cool. I'll probably be commenting more on StayC as time goes on. They're absolutely one of the groups that has my eye right now. They started out strong and they're screaming along just powerfully. And aside from all of the really cool aspects of the company and their producers and writers, it's a very unique setup. I've listened to some other people explain the intricacies of how the company works, this small company with a producer and writer, CEO, all sort of coordinated. They seem to have really scored with this, their first group. And these girls seem to have really scored with their talent. So that's it for now. Like if you want, subscribe if you want, watch other stuff if you want. Any way you look at it, rock and roll. See you later.